would you date to marry someone who doesn't have and share the same religious beliefs as you? Audience, y'all think about that shit because a lot of people is not married that's listening and watching, and y'all got that fairy tale shit put in y'all head that I was just talking about that you should, where you got a kid and you think that you need to make it right, and she got this dream that she didn't have. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But they say love is love, and that is the only thing that matters. But some people grow up on the religious side of things, and it's like, well, that really takes precedence over love. You need to love who believe the same shit.
It's like being a racist.
So what you do? What you
I'm
think?
saying that's like being a racist. Like you can believe what you want to believe. We still know it's gonna be about a guy. We ain't gonna be fighting every day about if you praying in this corner, if I'm praying in that damn corner, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We just want to believe as long as you believe in me. That's about the
So you think it's possible to
Yeah, I
believe
think
two different things?
It
It's
should be
possible,
possible. It's
but
like
the
you want
odds
to date
are gonna be
white
stacked
people.
against you.
You want to date a white person because it's you're a racist or something? Because somebody will say something about y'all dating the same
Wait a
color.
second. All right, B. Explain this comparison you keep saying to
I said, a
racism.
Muslim can date a Christian and live in the same household. I believe
How?
it's just a religious belief that y'all have. You believe in
I
each
know people
other,
that have done it.
so you still believe in each other.
Yeah.
So that's the bottom line. That's what y'all go at in the day.
Have they as married people?
As
Yeah, I know
married,
people that have done
I
it.
don't see what the
okay.
problem.
One of my
Are they
boys-
still
like
are they
being
still
a-
together?
Yeah, one of my boys.
It's like marrying black and
his
white.
Now check this. They were born Muslim, and then their mother found Christ, but dad was still.
Oh, he stood his ground.
was still He said, "I'm no, I'm still
Allah
I'm
till
with
the day I
Allah.
die."
You know, y'all can have Jesus.
Right.
I'm with Allah, and yeah, they still married to this day.
Okay, that's cool. That's good.
I mean, but they didn't come into it. I think that would be they were already married.
Ah,
And she
yeah,
made a
that's
decision.
okay. That's a big.
I think
yeah,
the question
yeah,
that
yeah,
you're asking,
yeah.
that's coming into
Right.
it because, well, there's people that do it all the time because you hear about it where they've had a Christian ceremony and a Jewish ceremony. Matter of fact, one of my boys I used to work with married a girl from India, and they had to do the ceremony here in his church, and then him and his parents flew to India and did the ceremony
Right.
there. I think she was a Sikh. I want to say.
Oh, that's
but,
dope.
But yeah, they just did both ceremonies.
I used to always
Yeah.
hear about how like white dudes will fall in love with a Jewish woman and they'll fucking convert
I've
just
heard
to
that too.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
have her like fuck it, I got to study this shit, fucking nigga. I'm gonna be a Jew now.
Yeah,
That's a little weird.
it's really not. All you're
To
doing is
con-
dropping to Jesus.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about
Oh.
I'm talking about willing. I'm talking about converting to a religion just to have a woman.
No,
like-
you just dropping to Jesus. So do I love?
No, I'm not
Jesus or
saying.
do I love this woman?
You don't even know if-
but
I love this woman.
I didn't say he was a Christian.
You did.
No, I didn't. I just said I said a dude.
Oh, you said a white dude.
Yeah, I just said a white dude.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
I just said a white dude trying to, you know what I'm saying?
But
But
what was his religion? That would be important.
I'm just saying, maybe
But I
he
mean,
don't have a
most white
religion.
folks, they're either Christian or Jewish.
Or Satanist.
Yeah. Okay.
You can, or Mormon.
Yeah, that's a very small percentage. Actually.
Or Jehovah's Witness.
yeah.
There's a lot of shit.
You do
Or
know that Jehovah's
Catholic.
Witnesses are Christians. and
I
shit like
know
that.
all this shit,
All
dude.
right. Those all fall under the same.
I know all this shit, which makes it even stupider,
Well, yeah.
if that's a word.
That's
It's
Martin-
not. It's a word now,
Yeah,
goddamn.
That
it.
was Martin Luther's.
It makes all this shit dumb.
Right.
So,
Bunch
so,
of rebellious motherfuckers.
so it's like, I think another aspect of it is, if you think that true love is blind, and you have a match out there based off of just a soul connection, vibrations and everything, right? It's definitely possible that you could be missing out on a great human being by excluding people based on religious criteria, which is definitely
But that
a
goes
fact.
back to what B was saying. You could be missing out on a great human being by separating them by race.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Now it'll go even further. The LGBTQT plus community will tell you you're missing out on a great human being because you won't date a man.
Why would they tell me that?
See,
Right.
see how that can just keep going.
Do
right.
they say that?
That's
They
that's
probably would.
literally what they're saying. This is my choice. I this is who I am. It's
Right.
not a choice. I love this person because I love this person. You know what I'm saying? regardless of sex. So you can take that with religion. You can take that with race. You can take that with, I mean, with anything you can say that.
So for you, with this particular question, you would marry somebody with a different. Do you have a religious belief?
No.
Okay, so it would be easy for you to accept anyone. Do you have religious belief?
No,
Yeah.
that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I'm just not like one of them old giddy
Because,
old-
because
I'm talking about the
person.
person that you
No,
love.
I'm saying because I don't
It
have
wouldn't
a
be-
religious belief doesn't make it easier because especially like you got people in every religion. You got your super Christians, your super Muslims, your super Jews.
I want to hear this explanation.
So you know how the super Christians are. That line is in the Bible that tells you go forth and spread the word of God, whatever. They're gonna talk about you like about that all the time. I couldn't marry somebody that no, because I'm gonna sit here and be like
He said
the
super
story that
Christian.
you're
Right,
telling,
right,
the,
yeah,
story
yeah,
that the story that you're telling me makes no sense.
Bro, I
It
got
sounds-
rebuttals all day.
I like
Rebuttals
super
all
Christians,
day.
man. That's funny though. Go ahead.
Super Jew is my favorite one.
A super Jew? I don't
Yeah.
think you're allowed to say that.
Why aren't you allowed to say that?
You can say super Christian.
Yeah, because you can't even speak. I don't even think you're allowed to say Jew.
Yes, you can say Jew.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The Jews will tell you.
Hey man,
You can say Jew.
they be butthurt, man.
Nah,
That
you can
whole
say- nah, you
shit
can say
about
Jew.
what's the term that
Anti-Semitic.
bruh.
No, you can
Hey,
say
them
Jew.
motherfuckers
There's nothing
be-
wrong with saying Jew.
Oh, okay.
They still say nigga.
Yeah, I thought that was like saying spick or some shit.
No. That's not a slur
Nah,
at all.
spick now. That's like saying nigga. Like it's not like that.
Well, my bad. I was just using that as an example.
You know what's funny though? That one doesn't get the same flack as some of the other ones.
It's some bad ones. It's some fucked up slurs.
You know where they all come from? All the slurs come from the Caucasians.
Oh my god.
They're the biggest racists in the fucking world, man. Look, if you think about it, look, anywhere you ever went, if you ever worked in the corporate world, anything like that, been around a bunch of white people. White people got so many race jokes. Ask any other race a race joke, and they probably couldn't tell you one.
They do have good ones.
But a
though.
white person
I'ma
can tell you
like
any
this.
race joke from any race and have a joke for it.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
What you call a
I
Mexican
grew-
a Chinaman?
Well,
It's
this
like,
is what I'm
the
about to.
fuck?
I grew up, and the jokes were white man, black man, Chinese man. I
Right.
honestly think these jokes exist in every race, and whatever race you're in is the race that comes out on top at the end of the joke. But it was a whole line of jokes: white man, black man, Chinese man. Now, when black people was telling it, that black person was always the one that, was the smart one at the end of the joke. But it was like white man, black man, Chinese man. It was a whole-
I mean, that was just one joke that you can take.
No,
That
no,
that was a one
These
generational
were
joke.
jokes. Like it was.
I never heard a black person have white jokes. Like, hey, tell me a white joke.
You mean that's not like-
Right,
That's not a stand up.
Right, no,
Like,
no.
that's not a
But no,
stand up.
it's like, I mean, you could talk about white people, make it funny, but like, what is your white joke that you have?
Yeah, you're right. He's saying
So
like
what's the black joke?
they got like one-liners.
But
and
right,
shit.
they have
got,
one liner
like,
for blacks,
they
one
got,
liners
like,
for Italians, one liners for Mexicans, one liners for Chinese people.
a black guy and a white guy.
No.
walking to
When you call
bar.
a Chinese person,
Right.
that's this.
Black
what
people
you call
don't
a-
have.
Oh, y'all know what we got?
What?
That's white shit. that's literally the same.
Right,
But-
no,
but
no,
that's
that's not.
like-
That's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
just-
No, it's
just-
not.
No, it's
Like
not.
a
the same.
Okay,
kid slapped
boom.
his mom.
It's not the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing.
Boom.
shit.
No, it's
White
not
guy
the
said
same.
before here.
It's not the same thing.
What's the difference between black man and cat shit?
Right. We don't have
Cat shit eventually turns white.
We don't have shit like
Right, the white folks got that. What do you call the Mexican man in a dish shop? I just burrito thing, whatever the
You
fuck they
heard
make
these
up.
jokes. Like,
Right,
who
yeah,
are these-
right,
who
because
are these
listen,
white people that you have
that's
not
just-
slapped in the mouth?
But that's why I'm not working in these
So
corporate
I'm
worlds
trying
no
to
more.
figure
No.
out.
That's
Because
why
see,
I don't work in corporate
maybe
world
it's
no
'cause
more.
I'm a 250-pound black man.
No, I have worked in this
No,
company.
it is.
No. I'm gonna tell you the
In
company that
person.
I ain't gonna tell you the company that I work for, but I'll let you know I no longer work there for that reason.
No, but I'm just telling you, I've never.
Yeah,
I've
for
never
that
heard-
reason.
person tell a joke like that.
Man, so they had groups of this shit, bro.
I've seen. and
I've
that's
never
why I was
heard that
thinking,
shit
like,
either.
comics.
Me too.
I've seen shit like that on sitcoms.
Shit, in the
like
military
Archie
especially.
Bunker
Right.
would say shit like
But
that.
what he's saying is
In the military
it's
especially,
just-
you go see all this group of these
Right.
white
He's
dudes
just
like
saying
too.
that it's a thing.
Well,
It's a thing for them.
Again,
Yeah.
my life experience outside of like seeing that shit on the Archie Bunker show and stuff like that, I didn't know that they would really say that shit in front of a black person. I
Man.
think they would just.
If you got a group of 10 white people, your little black ass in the military court, they gonna say what the fuck they want to say.
Damn.
All
I'm
your-
pretty sure my
all-
little
all-
brother got
all
a
the people ahead of
lot
you.
of jokes that he's heard.
All the people ahead
that
of
he
you,
could
all
probably
that's why I
share.
heard majority of these jokes weren't in the military because you got people from all around this world, especially all them rednecks and shit like that.
But I mean, why
Making
wouldn't that
these
be any
jokes.
different in a football locker room?
Because it's like you probably got majority of black people in that
No,
football locker
no.
room.
Well, at least not in college. Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause- and black people ain't got black jokes. I mean, black people ain't got white jokes. You don't even hear Koreans giving white jokes around. People,
I
that,
just can't
you know what I'm saying?
understand what they
It's like white people specialize
Because you know
in the
what, black
racist
people are
one-liners.
more accepting. which is why we spend our money with every community,
I
every
don't
race.
think that's an exception. thing.
Huh?
I don't think that's because of acceptance.
What is it?
Trying to keep up.
No,
The same reason when white
cultures
flight
and shit.
started happening in the 60s, the affluent black folks followed them. That wasn't because they were trying to accept white people and support white people. They were trying.
No, I'm saying we accept
But we accept.
all cultures of people.
I don't think that's why the black dollar leaves the community.
Well, I mean, we're not about to get into that shit.
I think the black dollar leaves the community because.
Was we even talking about the black dollar leaving the community?
No, but I'm saying that.
Talking about white people being the.
You said that's why we spend
Races
all
of
of our money
one-liners.
with other races.
Because we are accepting.
No, because we're trying to catch up. We're
I
trying
don't
to
think so.
prove- Shit.
I think it's because we don't have any unity, so we accept everything that comes to us. Why do you?
Trying to be like
Why
everybody
would Asians corner the hair market and only fucking niggas buy that
Right.
shit?
They
We don't
need
even
hair
give a
plugs.
fuck that they are the ones that no black people sell this shit that
And they're probably
predominantly
stealing
is to
your
us.
cousins and
But
them,
we
and then selling
accept-
you their hair.
We accept that
Do
the
we-
hair store is just Korean shit. Fuck it.
All these missing kids,
We
you
just
done bought your
accept it,
cousins'
but-
hair.
I feel what you're saying with acceptance.
Go
My
get her
thing
nails
was-
done with fucking Koreans. They
I
don't
think it
fucking
was-
like you, but we accept that this is what it is.
See, I don't think it's acceptance.
What is it?
Where else are you gonna go get your nails done?
Fucking
No, how many black-owned nail shops?
Keisha,
are there?
nigga.
Right,
How
you
many
can do it.
black-owned nail shops? Not Keisha's house, and that's the difference.
Again, we're accepting
wanna
the
go to
fact that there are
Keisha's
no
house.
black nail shops.
Right.
We're accepting it. Because we're not, if we weren't accepting, we would be demanding we have equal fucking nail shops like the Koreans.
How do you demand the
You
freedom?
just pretty much-
So now we about to branch off to other shit.
All you
we
gotta
about to,
do
we
is
about
don't
to reel it
spend
back
your
in.
money with them.
That's it.
We're about to reel,
They
we
come
about
to
to
your
reel it back
neighborhood,
in.
But what I'm saying,
Don't
so
spend it.
check
Learn to
this
do
out.
your own
About to
fucking
reel it
nails.
back
Ain't nothing
in.
but paint.
Think about people right now that's getting busted for having a bar open during the quarantine, or trying to cut hair during the quarantine, or having a nail shop open during the quarantine. Why are they open? Not because black people are just accepting, or white people even, because this shit is happening to them too. Not just because we're accepting of just anyone. People want to go get their hair and nails done. And if the predominant businesses in the community are not black, that's the choice they have. It's not that it's not. Look, when you're poor,
I would disagree,
When
but
you're
I don't want to
poor,
really go into that
you don't eat spam.
grease
because-
argument we had before.
No, you don't eat spam because I like spam. I'm accepting it. No, you eat spam because it's the option you have.
I disagree because
I completely disagree
I
with this
could
guy.
go
man.
get a can of spam right the
Oh my
fuck now.
God.
You would eat spam just like
I
by
would.
choice.
Yeah, I like spam. I like Vienna sausages. I think fucking can. And I was just telling my girl the other day, I still crack a sardine out with me and my dad some sardines with some hot sauce.
I'm telling you, man, this goes.
I like
It goes.
potted meat. I like it.
It goes back to like MLK. It go back to MLK and Malcolm X.
I like it.
Acceptance.
What do you mean?
A fried egg. And
Malcolm
some
X
spam.
wasn't willing to accept shit,
Oh
but
my
the
God.
movement that took
All right,
the
look,
nation on
I
was
need you
of
to- I need you
accepting
to- I need
Yeah.
you
the
to-
pain
Nah.
in order to get over to integration, which led us to not having no goddamn nail shops.
And no unity,
hold on,
right.
hold on. First of all,
Just let
and
them
I
do
hate
what they
this-
want to do to us.
I hate this Martin Luther King Malcolm X argument.
But just stick to the point that I just made,
I'm
though.
about to. Malcolm X didn't die a segregationist. Malcolm X died an integrationist.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he
When
didn't.
he went, yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
When
He
Ma-
came
okay,
around to that Martin shit.
when he went to Mecca and met
Yep,
those white
yep.
people, that's why they killed him.
That was
When-
that was integration of religion.
No, that was integration of race. The first thing out of his mouth was, I went to Mecca and prayed with Christians. It was no, I went to Mecca and prayed with blonde-haired, blue-eyed Muslims.
Right.
And he came back.
In reference
and
to religion.
No,
Okay.
integrating race,
In what way?
that it didn't matter.
Religiously.
No, because when he came back, he was with Martin shaking hands and talking about integration. Those are Christians. When he went to Mecca after he made his journey,
We still
think
he
it was
just
both.
said Christians, right? We're talking about we're still talking about
I think-
religious.
I know what you're talking about. I think it was a little bit of both.
no, but what I'm saying is he was willing to integrate racially after he went to Mecca.
Speared by religion.
Why does that matter?
It's the source of everything.
No. But what I'm saying is, what your point was about Malcolm being a segregationist.
I did not say that. I said he wasn't with accepting shit.
He was when he came back from Mecca.
Oh God.
Is my point.
And how
That
long did he live
changed.
after that?
I just.
Oh, so he got to pay half because only 5 years of his life was done in acceptance.
I'm just saying.
I'll just
I'm
say
just
that,
saying.
So it
All
ain't
I'm
wait,
saying-
I
like he
think
took his
Malcolm's
own life,
word
though.
was clear. He was still about that, but he was
But see, but wait a second. Wait a second. Let me finish with this guy.
nah.
Before Malcolm died, not Malcolm, before MLK died, he was regretting his decision to integrate.
That was going to be the second point I make. Everybody makes that argument about Martin and
But
Malcolm.
all I'm saying
but
is
both of them ended up switching.
everybody learns and grows. Everybody has the opportunity to change.
Right.
But for the majority of their lives,
Mhm.
they were one way.
Okay.
At the end, it didn't matter because they both died.
But they didn't know they were going to die.
It doesn't matter.
Martin Luther King was 32 years old when he died.
One
32.
One movement led to
Bruh.
niggas not having nail shops.
Hold on.
One
What
motherfucker's decision.
One movement led
Made
to
us
niggas
not
not
have
having
nail
nail
shops.
shops
You talking
and
about,
Koreans
wait, hold on,
doing
but
all
you're
your
talking
beauty
about
shit.
You talking about Martin changing his mind at 32 years old. If he would have lived a natural born life, he would have lived more than twice that.
But he
With
didn't.
But that wasn't his fault.
I didn't say it was his fault.
So it shouldn't matter that his views changed before he was assassinated. How long he lived after his views changed shouldn't
No,
matter.
the
point is that the views changed.
what's the point?
That the views changed. It don't matter if it changed on your deathbed.
But what I'm saying is the view that he had for the majority of his life and fought for is what lived on after he died. Not the revelation he had
Correct.
in the few years before.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
That's my point. I'm not speaking of nothing else.
but that's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant because if he
'Cause
had
we still-
lived the
we
way
still
that you
living that
said,
way.
he would be preaching the
So
opposite
wait,
of integration.
You think?
Am I- is it-
hold on.
no,
So wait,
you
you
were-
think Martin was the face of the freedom of the black movement because of his views and everybody accepted his views?
I didn't say that.
Or were they the views of the people
Didn't say that.
that made him the man he was?
Didn't say that. I don't really care.
So what I'm saying is,
Doesn't
black
matter to
people
me.
were doing that before Martin Luther King.
But that doesn't matter to me. He was chosen to spearhead the movement, and without him, you can't sit here and say that black people would have made that shit happen anyway.
they were doing it before him. Is my
Man,
point. The reason,
We're about to move on.
No. The reason the bus boycott became
Are
the
you
bus
saying-
boycott is because black folks wanted to be on the buses.
Ben, can you look me in the eyes right now and say that the movement that MLK spearheaded
Mhm.
would have happened anyway without him?
Yes, it would have just been. Wait. You know Rosa Parks
Oh my
wasn't.
God.
You know Rosa Parks wasn't the first
This
woman to
guy's
be
amazing.
arrested for sitting on the front of a bus, right?
That is irrelevant.
She's the one they chose to be the face of it, but it was already happening. That's the part you missing. Martin was just chosen to be the face of it. The movement. SNCC was pre-Martin. All right? The Freedom Riders were pre-Martin. All this shit was happening before Martin. They just chose him because he was the charismatic leader that could carry the torch.
They chose
But
him
all of that
because
stuff-
he was about nonviolence.
But that means that their views
Accepting
already existed.
Niggas with water hoses and dogs fucking them up non-violently.
No,
Ben, I'm sorry,
but the
Ben.
point that you're missing
Sorry.
is you're saying
I'm
you're
not
saying-
missing a point.
You're saying if Martin wasn't the
Terrorists and
leader, the
suckers.
movement wouldn't have happened. The movement was already going on. And
I did not say that. You're
That's
changing.
exactly what you said.
I said,
was numbing
I
down.
said,
That's
if
exactly
no,
what you said.
I said
Numb down that
everything
nut.
is recorded. I said
know.
if
And I'll accept the apology
if-
when you text it to me.
this is hilarious. This guy really doesn't know what's going on here.
Martin.
I said
Numbed it
if
down.
he was not selected to spearhead that movement, you're telling me that the civil rights bill that happened because of his movement, because he was at the head of it, charismatic, speaking, touring, it still would have happened without him. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, great. That's not what I
But
said.
We don't know that
that
for
you
sure
said.
or
Wait,
not,
was
though.
Martin
You
King?
can't say it because
I don't know. I don't
The
get into
Civil Rights
dates.
bill happened without him. He was already
I
dead.
did. I said because of his works.
Okay.
Who are you going to put in place to do that? They'd have to find somebody, right?
But based on that argument,
If
it would've
we
stopped
if
when
if
he
we would have
died.
listened to Malcolm X, we would have had nail shops. I think that was the moral of the story here.
Thank you. Thank you.
We would have had
Ben.
unity in the community,
Thank
and we'd have been fighting for ourselves and not sitting there and let them spray us with dog shit and
Thank you.
water hoses. We went out to settle. we were making
And
a way.
MLK agreed about that before they died. Before
That
he
was-
killed
I think
him.
that was an
That's
argument.
why they killed his ass, because he was like,
Off
"Oh
the
shit, they coming back for the money now. Now this nigga done wised up. He like, I fear that I have integrated my people into a burning fucking
That's
building.
Right.
Yep.
What else are we talking about? Let's move on.
That's absolutely right.
So,
See what
last thing
nail
that
sh-
we're
see,
gonna
that's
get
what
to. We need more fucking nail shops. All right, look. The last thing I wanted to get to was that
sneaky aggressions.
I don't know what's been going on in y'all's group chat. Our group chat been riddled with fucking
Yeah.
conspiracy shit about the COVID.
COVID.
Now, I want to be careful because y'all ain't about to flag my podcast. This ain't no conspiracy podcast. Like Wayne coined the term, we are conspiralists here. Okay? So don't fucking take my video down. But I think
You sons of bitches.
I want to explore this idea that I had when I was looking at all these videos that people were sharing about the virus being fake, which I'm not saying. And I wanted to get y'all's take on it, but I just thought it was funny how people are so drawn to the idea that a flu virus or whatever type of virus it is fake, but people really don't look into other shit that is possibly proven to be true.
Okay, what you give me an example.
like okay, we got a bunch of, I guess you could call it evidence of, let's say, extraterrestrial life.
Mhm.
And it's all types of videos and documentaries that you could go to and you could watch those, but usually those get shown, like, shoot away as,
To the
that's
forefront.
some bullshit.
Yeah, to
Like,
the
ain't nobody fucking
Yeah.
really trying to research that or look into that being true. But people are trying to look into the possibility of a virus being fake with no evidence of it,
Right.
and you can't even dispute that people are dying. Now, I'm just saying, I get it. I'm not saying those numbers are all accurate,
Right.
but I'm not about to sit up here and say that something is fake when I can't prove or disprove whether people are dying of this shit or not.
So,
But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Am I making that
think
kind
the
of?
reason that people are more worried about the coronavirus than aliens is because what impact has aliens had on your life? I'm stuck in the house because of COVID-19. So now I'm researching COVID-19 because it's having a direct impact on me. Ain't no aliens been fucking with me.
That's an interesting aspect to take on that, which I'll come back to. What do you think, B?
I mean, I don't know, man.
No, I'm not asking if you. I'm not asking you to say whether or not you think it's fake or not. But just, I think it's like, for me, I'll say this. Maybe you can like piggyback off of this statement.
All right.
I think it's very interesting to me that this whole social distancing thing popped up damn near like a campaign. Like everybody, like, you got commercials, you got ads, like hashtag, like it took off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's now on your TV, it's in commercials. Everybody is telling you to stay away from your fucking neighbor, your family member. Everyone's telling you, subliminal messages saying,
Learn how
stay
to
away
be
from
viral.
people. It's basically saying you should be fearful of people. And I'm saying, okay, this shit is extremely strange that you go out, you see people with masks on, you have this weird ass number of 6 feet to stay away from people. You got lines that people was putting on the floors as if 6 feet is the safe distance to protect you from COVID-19.
Right. How you
There
know
has
you
been-
measured it right?
Wait a second. There has been no study or nothing to say how far, or even if there is a safe distance to stay away from anyone to protect yourself. But yet everyone has adopted, not everyone, the majority of the dumbed down people, the laity of the world, has adopted this fear-mongering stance of stay away from people just because they said so.
This is what I think. With you saying
No,
it
wait a
that
second.
way.
Just say like that. Just because they said so, there is no other reason for you
Right.
to stay away from me other than they said so.
Right.
Now, but let me get this other part before I just let y'all talk. At what point are you going to be able to put away your fear of being close to people if you have not been vaccinated? Because they haven't said this. They don't know what it is. They don't know when it'll go away or if it'll ever go away. So if the only way for you to feel safe is to get a vaccine, how are you then going to still feel safe if you don't know that everybody around you has been vaccinated? So what mental trigger has to go into your mind for you to say, I'm safe, or I don't need to be fearful of people because they might be asymptomatic? How is that going to go away? How are you going to be cool, calm, and collected if you think that people have it and don't show symptoms? How are you mentally ever going to be safe and put away social distancing?
You'll forget about it as soon as they take it off the news. Just like when someone dies, you remember how long you keep seeing a shirt. Once you put the shirt away and the memory go away, or you put the obituary away, most people just forget about it and keep moving on with life. Just like with AIDS, all that stuff, it's out there, but it ain't throwing in my face like they used to, so I forgot about it. You know what I mean? You just move right along like the rest of this shit. It is weird, though. All this is happening. This stay at home and the census. Now the census is out. They try to get a head count. Like that. So now there's a virus outside that's going to make y'all get in the house. Now, you can't lie on the census now because, like, you in the house now.
Right.
We gonna go. Everybody's going to be up in that joke. You got to report an address somewhere now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If you go outside, you're going to die. You'll get COVID right there right now. So they want to get a count and the collectability of all you motherfuckers is out in the world. It's not like this is a conspiracy themselves. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? They put on the world. Now,
We're
look,
just
remember
brainstorming
Hancock?
right now.
Remember Hancock?
Yeah.
And what was that logo that he wanted on the moon, the little heart shape?
Yeah.
And try to get that branded to the world, and that's what this
yeah.
would mean. Now, what is
Right.
that? Stay home right now? It's everywhere, printed in anything.
you're
Stay
right.
home with the
You're
little friendly little house thing. It's nothing but a great, great way. They want to make some stupid money. I don't know how on this vaccine go. The stock market, something about to pop up on the big though. You watch that market right now, it's going up crazy.
Mm-hmm. Slowly.
It's a bigger ploy, and all this is just it's all of it. It's about this election. That's why this is the biggest election. I thought Obama was the biggest election. I thought when the first Trump was the big election. Now on the radio, this is going to be the most important elections of your lifetime. Why?
Every election is the most.
But that's what I'm saying. But why is this more different, and why all this
Because
going
this is
on
the one that
now?
affects your life going
When the
forward.
last time you had a census come out to you?
Huh?
How does census come out and the same thing as a pandemic come at the same time? You got to think about that.
Right.
Well,
They gonna scare you enough to get accountability.
That's kind of obtuse, though,
They gonna scare you enough to get
My nigga
accountability.
said obtuse.
because the pandemic is worldwide. It's only a census in the U.S. It don't really.
We don't know actually if people still doing it over there. We don't know if they got a census or not. Who says Ella didn't got a census?
But we talking about.
Who said they didn't got a
talking
census?
about the whole world, man.
But who say
No, I
European
mean,
Europe countries ain't got
I
a
was
census?
speaking
They're
more
not- they're
about
not
like
doing their census.
How
the
you know?
U.S.
How you know, Ben?
You say what now?
I was speaking more about like the U.S. I don't know what's going on.
Right,
with
I'm saying
everything.
right here
I'm just talking
back,
about
too.
how they are.
So
how
to answer your question.
it's just socially like everybody's
To
fearful.
answer your question. Now I'm not one for vaccines or nothing like that, so I ain't getting no vaccine. So it's already in my head that I can go out and I'll be fine. Because the one thing that they're saying is that you have to have some underlying symptoms. So I ain't really worried about it. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I gotta live my life. But if you are one that's for vaccines, if you get vaccinated, you don't care if the people around you didn't. You're vaccinated. You can't get it anymore. Just they can. So that's what puts your mind at ease if you're a person that's for vaccines.
Do you think that's really it?
Yeah, that's how
Because
Mind over matter,
that's how
he's
they got rid of
saying.
smallpox.
Because-
That's how they got
no,
rid of polio.
I
Yeah.
know. I know the technical aspects of how they work. I'm just saying the mental aspect of you being fearful and staying away, social distancing. How the mental things is much harder to get over
Well, I'm
than
saying
anything
if you're
physical.
if you're a person that I'll take it. We were talking about religion, belief, and faith.
Oh, so you're saying if you
you're a person
believe
that
in the
believes
vaccines?
in
All this shit is
okay.
mind over matter.
That is your.
I'm glad you went there, Ben.
That's your mental freedom.
I'm so glad you went there because that is my whole issue with everything. It's
'Cause-
all belief.
Well, a lot of them are. What's the word? When the drugs ain't real,
Placebo.
placebo. Yeah, because it's all mind over matter.
It's all belief. Some people believe that I don't need a vaccine. Not speaking about anybody down here. All I need is prayer. There are majority
All I need is the
of,
weights.
of
the
people
weights.
who
I eat
believe all I need is Jesus and prayer, and I'm good.
I think water and reefer is a cure for everything.
I'm with
Churches
that
ain't
one.
gotta pay
Amen.
taxes, but they
Water and
close their
reefer,
doors to
nigga.
this shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like, but that's the thing. People are staying 6 feet away. Are people staying 6 feet away from each other
Man.
because they believe that that's a safe
true.
distance, or are they
No,
doing
no,
because
that's-
that's what they were told?
No, because that's
No,
what they
well,
told. and They
because-
believed it because
Well,
they told
they
it.
believe it because that's what they were told.
Yeah.
But
But what?
it's
that-
because,
stop,
it's
let-
because they were
It's
told by what
redundant,
they
though.
perceive to be credible sources. The scientists that have done the studies and stuff like that say, like when you sneeze, on average, it'll travel up to 6 feet. So that's where the 6 feet comes from. When you sneeze and those particles go into the air, they travel on average of 6 feet.
I heard that the coronavirus magically can travel 17 feet.
Well, now they're saying that it's around 10.
Arbitrary
minute. First of all-
bullshit. This
first
is
of
what
all,
I'm
wait a minute,
saying.
wait,
This is it's
wait a minute.
arbitrary, bro.
Well, that's why I say they
Wait a
believe
minute, wait.
it based on.
Wait. How are they testing this?
How are you testing?
How are you
Oh,
testing
something can
it?
sit in the air?
No, how are you testing the coronavirus?
Do they have someone with
They got some.
coronavirus in the
They
lab?
got some
and they like,
coronavirus chilling.
cough.
No,
Right.
But no,
Let's measure
the
this
cough-
shit
I got
real quick.
corona in the
cough
can.
is- no. So what are two different things that you're talking about? The cough is the droplets that they say carry the coronavirus travel about 6 feet. But then what they're saying after that is, does the actual virus then sit in the air beyond that? So what it is
Does
that-
it?
Well, that's what I don't know. But what
How
I'm
are they
saying,
testing it?
Those are so the way that you test that is you could take the virus, put it in an aerosol can. It doesn't have to be a person.
That's what I'm thinking.
You
Like,
can put it
picture
in
bill.
you can put it in an aerosol. You shoot it, and you can test how long those particles sit in the air.
So I guess like you get somebody they say got coronavirus.
So why
take
do
they
we
blood.
have so many different measurements of how far it
Because it
goes?
keeps spreading.
Because they don't-
more
no, no, no.
testing it.
So this is
Oh,
the
these
thing.
niggas, your spray gun had
Yeah,
too
you
much
got it
juice
right.
in it,
Yeah,
nigga.
right,
After
yeah,
that,
just spray
Hey,
that.
man.
Throw that one away.
It's kind of like
You had too much air in that aerosol
Right,
gun.
throw that
It's
one
kinda
away in the
like
trash.
how-
Here,
you know how people
janitor,
was
take
talking
that down
about-
the street.
this disease is new, but Lysol cans say that it beats coronavirus.
This is a new version
So
of
corona
coronavirus.
is a term like the flu.
Right.
The flu is a general term, and then there's types
Right.
of flus.
Mhm.
So the coronavirus, MERS and SARS are also
Right.
coronaviruses. So the reason that they're saying that shit is changing is because it's evolving.
Is that why they call it number 19?
No, that's because it came out in 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, COVID-19.
So is it COVID 2020 now?
No, the date.
That was the
so
release
when they
date.
put that-
Because
when
it's
they
evolving.
named
It's evolving now.
When they name it, it's named based on when they
Right there. Okay.
discovered
So
it.
it came out. It was COVID
So
18.
it came out last year.
They discovered it last year.
They discovered it last year. Again.
No.
Oh, this is a new version.
COVID-19 is different from other coronavirus.
No, because it's
Right,
COVID.
I think that's
though.
because I think that has something to do why they call it 19.
Right,
because it's a
19.
Year,
different
yeah.
version of the.
But no,
fucking-
so COVID is still COVID, though, right?
right.
No, it's a different strand of disease.
Because it's in year 19.
So that's
Well, that's
where
not why it's a different strand of disease.
You got to get to the bottom of this with me, man.
It's a different strand of disease because it's a different strand of disease.
I was going to say, so COVID is COVID.
it was established in 2019.
They discovered it in 2019.
COVID.
Established, in my opinion.
Okay, that's
You said
like saying
COVID?
Columbus established America. No, he just found it for Europeans. It was already here.
Right.
Discovered and established are not the same.
I
Something
know.
could have been established 100 years ago. When you discover it,
That's just a matter of your belief.
no, that's what the words mean.
No, I'm saying, and we're not arguing words, sir. We're arguing
We're talking
belief.
about- we're
You
talking
said
about
it was discovered. I said it was fucking established.
COVID. I got to get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
Okay. COVID is only new now, right? In 2019?
COVID-19, yeah.
No, COVID is only COVID-19 goes in 2019.
No. This particular disease is called COVID-19, which is a type of coronavirus.
So let me tell you. Let me go
Same
back.
as SARS
let me go back-
and MERS.
Let me go back to why I said it was established.
There's no COVID-15.
Okay,
I think it was.
Yeah. No, there's no COVID.
I think it was established because it was created.
Okay.
But you made me say that. I didn't want to say
They
it.
might not know what you meant either. You gotta explain.
But
that shit.
you sitting here and you don't know what I'm saying. So I have to say
No,
it so you understand what I'm
said
saying.
that's a matter of. I didn't know that that's what you meant by established.
But
gotta
you
explain that.
you getting into fucking the goddamn words of this what this word mean. I know what the fucking meant. That's why I said
Well, then you
established.
gotta explain something more thoroughly.
That's what I just did.
Coronavirus.
So I'm saying that because I don't think anything can be discovered or I'm not. My bad. I don't think you're gonna have a patent for something that you just discovered.
A patent for what?
The fucking vaccine.
What? But the patents were just created in 2020. The disease was found over a year ago.
Hey man, these niggas are smart. You got to cover your tracks. You can't just jump on it and be like, "Oh, we just found him."
Okay.
Oh no, you just you space shit out.
Okay.
Just like you got to space yourself out in the store when you're in line, 6 feet, based on the
COVID-
aerosols
I
fucking
got you.
spray.
I'm high right now. You gotta forgive me.
So you with the creator of the disease is the creator of the cure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Did y'all? Was you here when I talked about the Matrix?
Nah.
Yeah, that's
like-
like the absolute truth.
Neo, the savior,
I
is
believe that to
built
be the
into the
absolute truth.
program. Like
But Neo wasn't the one.
there were many ones.
No, Smith was the one.
There were many
No,
ones.
Smith was the one.
They were
Who the
many
hell is
ones,
Smith?
nigga.
The
Agent Smith. He was the next one.
No, he was the one.
Okay, whatever, man.
You got to go back. Go back. Look, I'm telling you.
He
it's like-
was he.
they
Whatever
break
it was,
they break it down.
it's the duality.
Right.
He's the counterpart of the one. So
Okay.
the ones are the same,
Okay.
which is the fucking whole God thing.
Okay.
God and the devil.
All
They're
right.
one and the same.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
No, I got you. But I'm saying go on YouTube and Google it. Smith is the one. So there's certain things that they said that the one could do that Neo never did, but Smith did. Smith was the one.
Okay. I ain't really debating who the one is, but the one is all I'm saying is whoever the fuck the one is, you part of the program. You're part of the system. The savior is built into it
Okay.
by the designers.
And
So
COVID.
does that fall for every disease or just the big ones?
I'm not speaking to every disease.
No, I'm
This is
asking
a-
your beliefs. Is that anything that people die from, or just the big pandemic type diseases that they're gonna make a lot of money off of,
I'm just thinking
like AIDS and?
I'm thinking the ones that have like patents for like vaccines.
Well, every vaccine has a patent.
This is
Every vaccine has a patent.
right, but you only need a vaccine for the major shit that killed you off.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, whether it's a vaccine for a virus or penicillin for a bacteria, there's a patent for it. I mean,
Well, I ain't talking about penicillin, my nigga.
but what I'm saying is, anything that can make you sick that they'll sell something for. I'm asking, are you just talking?
Okay,
about
let's talk
viruses,
about
or are you
pandemics.
saying
Pandemics.
bacteria and stuff too? that they sell?
Genocidal pandemics.
Okay, that's what I was like. Okay, so that's what you're saying. Okay,
Genocidal pandemics.
okay.
Which is splitting hairs even more because, I mean, the regular flu kills more people than COVID. So it's like, hey.
Now, is it COVID that's killing people or coronavirus?
COVID is.
He
a
back on that
coronavirus.
COVID. I like
Gotta
it.
get to the bottom of this here.
Okay,
You got to
so
learn this nigga.
are you a man?
Yes.
Are you black?
Yes.
Okay, they're not mutually exclusive, right? You could be a man and not be black.
Right.
It couldn't be COVID and not be coronavirus. COVID is a type of coronavirus. They're not two
Okay.
separate things.
All right. So coronavirus is
That was
pretty
good.
much boom.
Coronavirus is the umbrella. COVID is under that umbrella,
All right,
along
boom.
with SARS and MERS.
So now that COVID is here, it's called 19 once again because of the year
Yeah, the year
that it came
that
out.
it was either discovered or established.
Yeah. Okay. So now that it's evolving, they saying right now,
I
right?
think I'm going to title this
Well, yeah,
podcast
most
that.
viruses.
Yeah. So now it's evolving. It ain't still COVID-19 no more. It's something different right now, right?
No, it's still COVID-19, but like AIDS evolved. Most viruses evolve, but it's still like we're still humans.
You need to take a biology course.
We're
No,
still
I'm
human.
just saying, but because I don't know why they call it
When we-
19.
when
I
we-
don't think because it came out in 2019.
No, that's literally the reason.
I'm gonna have to let you prove that to me. 'Cause I think that's really got
Google
something
it.
different
I
to do
should have to
than
prove
that. Because I just wanted to
Hold
get
on.
to it. 20. You named it after the
Check
year
this, check this.
19.
If I
Is
tell
it like
you- if I
AIDS?
tell
What?
you-
What?
if
All
I
right.
tell
So
you-
AIDS is
hold on, hold
HIV.
on.
What? 12?
Hold
What?
on.
HIV
No,
72?
that's just what they named it. But if I tell you,
You got to look this up on
the
your own.
sec- right, if I tell you the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, you're gonna tell me to prove it, or you gonna look it up your damn self.
Yeah, you got to look it up
You gotta
yourself.
look it up your damn self. I'm not here to educate you.
Yeah, and
This was this show's
by the
for
way, no,
fucking,
no,
Ben.
this is what I'm about to
No,
get
but
this
that's the
disclaimer
basic
again.
Stuff that
Let me
so
just-
how you gotta have basic shit to get the first grade. You should have known that coming in.
He said you should have known that too.
So
So
everything ain't named
these
after
are
a year.
the
That's all
J
I'm
Mac
saying.
Show. Everything we discuss, everybody needs to go ahead and verify fact
Yeah,
fact
because
check.
Ben don't know what he talking
Do
about.
your own research. We just doing this for discussion purposes, broad type of discussion, do your homework, y'all, for real. Like, establish your own thoughts and opinions on whatever the hell
Let this nigga know
you're
being
doing.
right.
Whatever you doing, don't do it just because somebody told
Bro,
you
if
to.
you getting your news from a podcast,
A lot of people do that shit.
that is sad.
A lot of people get their news from memes.
That is
Right.
that is sad.
memes, dude. Like,
That is sad, bro.
I mean, most people get their news from Twitter tweets.
And I'm not saying you can get your news wherever you want, but once you get your news, research that.
Right. Wherever you get anything that
If
you're
you see
curious
if you
about,
see
look that shit
yeah,
up, man.
Yeah, research that.
Boom. I'll be damned.
Speaking of research, what you got there,
The
bro?
name of this disease is coronavirus disease 2019, abbreviated as COVID-19.
And what source is that?
And this is just a regular old Bing internet.
You use Bing?
This is the first came on this little thing. This ain't even mine,
Who
man.
uses- I didn't
Bing.
know Bing still
I know,
I
right?
didn't know Bing. Is your-
It say
is your
right there,
email address
Bing.
at AOL.com?
Oh, that's
I
that,
got Hotmail.
That's
I got
that
Hotmail,
tablet.
you
That's
dead
that
it.
Amazon
Oh,
tablet.
okay.
All right, so yeah, that's what it says, COVID-19. But it says something about 2020. We ain't gonna get into that. It's next show.
Did he just jab at me when he said, oh,
All right,
Yeah.
before we end the show, let's end on a good note. I'm looking forward. You so nasty, man.
They break it down. Co is for corona. B is for virus.
Oh, God.
and D is for
Hey, Jill Scott versus Erica Badu. Who you got?
epidemics.
Jill,
I got Erica.
shot for shot?
Yes, I
Jill.
got Miss Badu, baby.
Erica Badu.
I got
Yo, Jill
Badu, baby.
queefed on a song.
She gets points for that?
That's cool as fuck.
That is not
You
cool.
know you talking
That
to
is cool
Mr.
as shit.
Pervert
That
over
is
yonder.
not cool,
Why is
bro.
that not cool?
To make your pussy fart
Well, it
on a
wasn't her. She
song.
did it with her mouth.
She also now I like how she handles the microphone on stage. Like that's
fucking pervert.
Jill is, hey, 60-year-old Jill, I'm hitting it.
me too.
80-year-old Jill.
Y'all be the same
know,
age,
man.
I think.
I don't know, man.
Okay, so wait. Jill
I don't
and
know,
Badu.
man.
Jill and Badu. Okay.
I don't know, man.
But so you said there's an age where
There's an
vagina
expiration
expires.
date. There's an expiration
So
date.
are there different ages where you stop licking it and stop hitting it? Those are different.
I
ages?
think so. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you hitting it forever?
Possibly. Possibly, bro.
I'd say
That's
It's not
possible.
guaranteed.
It's
At
not
some
a
point, you just
guarantee.
like, I'm
My
good.
back
Yeah,
hurting
at
right
some
now.
point you're gonna be
I'll
like,
squeeze one
man,
out.
you shriveled up, I'm shriveled up,
I'll
man.
just
We just
squeeze one
about to
out
be
if I do.
raisins on the couch, fam, and just
That's
die
cool.
together.
It's a raisins on the couch.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
fam, like
Uh-huh.
you know how it is, like if you, I don't know if you've ever seen like a child being born. Ah!
Mhm.
I can only imagine as gravity take hold and things just get worse as you get older, man. Like that's not going to
So
be
you
a pretty
wasn't hitting
sight.
You wasn't hitting Lady Eloise and Boomerang?
Absolutely not.
B was on it.
Absolutely not.
I'm on it.
I was hitting it.
I'm hitting it.
Eartha Kitt was getting it. For
At
me,
the,
bro.
but at the
Hey, look.
age that I first seen her.
That's
That's
what I'm
what-
saying. Not even on no
Right.
workers trying to get a job.
No.
Like if
Listen,
Eartha Kitt came up to me on the
I
street
got
right
a
now,
lot of old
I'm
lady
hitting that
crushes.
shit.
I'm gonna ask you, do you have on any panties?
I'm hitting that shit.
I'm gonna ask her,
Right.
Eartha, are you wearing any
Do
panties?
that little Catwoman thing.
Right, do that like, boom.
Oh,
that
God,
shit's
no.
sexy.
I got a lot of old lady
I
crushes,
fuck
man.
with
That
kid-
is
I
not
fuck
one.
with the kitty
Who's,
cat.
who's the old lady crush?
Oh man.
Pamela Greer, like, she's the boom.
Yeah, bro. Like she
Oh
get,
man,
yeah,
the,
to the
the
day.
mom off of Angela
Bruh.
Bassett.
Like you could,
yeah.
you could go on. Like there's a lot,
Right,
bro.
'cause
Like
you still got. Oh
there's
man.
a lot, man.
Oh Lord. Mm.
Vanessa Williams, I mean, she just
Oh,
she
my-
drooping a little bit, but
My
yeah,
main
yeah.
WCW is motherfucking Megan Good. Like I think I can do anything.
But
in
she
this
ain't no
world for her.
old lady.
But no. I ain't talking about. Oh, I said about ultimate WCW.
Oh, you just over here.
My ultimate
You
WCW.
going through the spank bank right now.
Real big spank. Well,
Dude,
that's what big
Don't say
spanker
big
maker.
spank over here. What is wrong with this guy? You take that back.
I got a big spanker banker.
No,
Was it-
we're
was
not.
it- but-
Big.
big spank bank.
Give me help, bro. We gotta
But
Paul-
Megan
that's
good
a
though,
balls
man.
of
And Jessica
something.
Alba. And Jessica Alba. Them two right there, I could do
Jessica
absolutely in the
Alba.
world for anything in the world for. Anything.
I'm still in love with Maya.
Oh, I forgot about that
I've
heifer.
always been in love.
Hey, you know what? She
Oh, I loved her.
there is
beige
a
ass.
lot. There are a lot of women, man, who age
Beautifully.
gracefully.
Megan
They
Deacon, too.
look better as they get older.
Yeah.
She looked a little funny at her when she was younger.
Don't say that about Maya.
No, don't you
She
ever.
looked a
Don't
little
you
funny.
ever. Them lips always been a winner for
Man,
me.
bruh.
She
Then
looked a little Mac
dancer.
and me-ish.
You crazy. You
Kind
crazy.
of, man.
But
You're-
you also wouldn't hit Eartha Kitt, so your taste is you're disqualified.
Right, so give me what's your old chick?
Man, nah, bro.
How could she have the little fupa?
Nah, bro.
What about
I'm shallow. I'm real shallow.
what about Dorothy?
Her face looked funny.
Not that, what's the little the white chick with all the titties?
White chick. Dolly Parton.
There we go, Dolly Parton.
You know who I love? The mother. What's her name from SVU? The head cop.
Oh,
Kristen Haggerty.
yeah.
I love her.
I love her
boy.
for some reason.
Well, you know,
She got a box head, but
so her
And
father-
she old too.
oh.
Well, her father was Mr. Olympia, and her mother was an actress, real beautiful actress from back in the day. Yeah, both her parents. She's like,
Yeah.
You talking about the main one that be
Oh,
Clarissa
I'll give you
Haggerty.
another one. Selma Hayek.
yeah, she can still get it, but she's
Lord
had-
have mercy. I don't give
I
a
know,
fuck.
but it makes a difference.
Eartha Kitt ain't had no work done.
She might have. She might have.
She still look funny, dude. Too.
You just probably thought she looked funny. Period.
Yeah, I do.
See, so it ain't had nothing to do with the age. You just wasn't attracted to Eartha Kitt.
Right.
Oh no.
Well, you got to be attracted to him if you gonna smash it past 65.
No, because I'm hitting Oprah.
How old is Oprah? We back to
I don't know, but I
Oprah
was-
again?
I was
God,
never
y'all
attracted
niggas,
to her.
y'all niggas
Jada
really
Pinkett.
feeling Oprah, bro.
Jada Pinkett.
Jada,
We was talking about hitting for money.
I know,
So
but
I'm hitting Oprah. Who you hit? What woman you hitting for money? We talking billionaire, bro.
man, a lot.
There's not a lot of female billionaires.
Why
I hit a
not?
Bitch for 100.
That's another episode. What?
I think it's a few out here.
No. But I'm saying there's not a lot of female. No, there's not a lot of female.
Beyonce probably a billionaire.
No, she's not.
She close to it.
They may be together, but she hasn't crossed that threshold yet. But we were talking about old women though. Beyonce definitely don't fall into that category. I mean, y'all hit Beyonce for free.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you dwindle the category down to old female billionaires,
But we were talking about
Right, you got like one.
like I think
No,
Oprah's
Sam,
it.
We was talking about hitting for the money, and if I'm gonna hit for the money, I'm going for the big fish. I'm
Well, I
going-
don't
Hey, would you hit?
and
Hey,
I'm
would
putting
you?
that in a
would you
size,
hit Queen
okay?
Latifah?
I mean, just-
Yeah, I don't have to go to the billions.
Would
yeah.
you hit Latifah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Precious?
Who?
She got a couple 100,000.
No. What about Monique? Would you hit Monique?
All right, Monique then got Monique. Monique is a pretty girl.
I'm
No,
not
she's
fucking
not.
with Monique.
No, she's not.
You know why?
No, she not.
What
not
what
ugly.
look
Yes,
funny
she
to me
is.
is big girls that got small breasts.
Yeah, that
She
look
got
great.
small titties.
Very
I've never really paid attention.
That is the weirdest thing to me, bro.
Snubblefields,
Like
man.
that is
She's a
not
little girl now.
tater tots.
who.
Monique lost all that weight.
Talking on
Man,
that.
I don't believe it.
I'll quit
Her
fucking with
face-
her when she started
her-
losing weight.
her
Like
face still fat.
COVID-19, you can Google that shit.
Right, look.
Monique done
I'll
lost.
quit
You-
fucking
you
with her
can't
when
lose
she start
weight.
losing weight.
You can't lose weight in your head.
No, she got a big.
Right. You got it, darling.
She got a big ass head.
Who else pretty hot for a
That shit
Say
remains
shit
the
about
same, nigga.
Say shit about her head.
Martha
I said she
Stewart?
lost weight.
Would you hit Martha?
Yup. Martha kind of sexy. She got that her little sultry ass voice. She always
And
sound
if
like
shit
she
go
just
down, she'll do
like she
her
just smoked a
time.
joint, nigga.
Right. She probably like she'll rub you in
She'll
lavender
probably
and
give you
shit.
Alizé and shit.
Give you like
Have
little
y'all, wait, have y'all
tips
heard
of-
Snoop's story of when he almost got high with Oprah?
Nah.
Because you know Snoop, his goal is to try to smoke with everybody. Y'all got to go on YouTube and Google it. Snoop's story.
Man, I don't know if I want to hear about him almost getting high.
It was on the Breakfast, but he was talking about he named some names, but not all the names. But he was talking about some people that he was getting high with at this at the Met Gala or some shit. And he was like, I just sparked up, and he was like, and the weed was just floating through the air, and I saw Oprah just look.
Like this is what I
But
smell.
yeah, you know, she was like, oh shit. You know,
She was like, it's offensive in here.
he was talking about Cameron Diaz had went on Instagram and said it. She was like, yeah, when her and Snoop went to high school together, he was her drug dealer in high school. Like
Snoop probably
imagine
had some good ass shit.
that. Imagine that shit though.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Y'all got anything else?
Cameron Diaz can definitely get it.
Anything else y'all want to say before we end it? We done talked about smashing chicks for about 10 minutes at the end of the podcast.
You know, heard
Well,
the
we
J
said we
Matt
was
show.
gonna
We
have you know.
professionally
That
perverts.
is a happy ending.
until the pussy expires.
That is correct. So we should probably end it before it
There's the
expires.
title, expired pussy.
No, I'm not. Can't do that.
Right.
Can't do that much. Nah.
Oh, people will click to see what the fuck
Nah.
expired pussy.
As-
is.
I don't even
Expiration
think
dates.
YouTube will let me load that video up. I'll get a flag before I even.
Expired keys, star,
Oh, with the
star.
star.
Yeah.
That's just corny. All right,
Put a
y'all.
date on it.
It's
Put a
the
date
J
on
Matt
it.
Show. We'll be back next week. Lord willing, man. Y'all
Yes,
be
yes,
safe out here,
indeed.
man. Out of here.
Hey.
It's mad.
Y'all niggas crazy.